In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this very beginner friendly flannel, which of course can also be used as a larger size dishcloth. So the pattern is a free pattern from Purl, which can be downloaded, and I shall leave the link in the description box below if you want to download and follow along with the written pattern, or of course you can just follow along with the video tutorial. So I'm going to be using the recommended yarn for today, which is the Purl recycled dishcloth cotton. So if I just turn it over, you can see the colour I've chosen to make my flannel in today is the taupe driftwood, which is shade 5069 and comes in 100 gram balls, and it's made up of 85% cotton and 15% polyester. And for today we are going to be using our 4mm knitting needles. Now I'm going to be using my K-bond needles, but that is just because they are my go-to needles. You can absolutely work up this pattern on regular straight point knitting needles. You don't need a cable needle, so just your regular 4mm knitting needles will be absolutely fine for this project. And we'll also need a tape measure and a sharp pair of scissors and a darning needle for sewing in our ends. So once you have everything ready, let's begin. So taking our 4mm knitting needles now and our yarn, we need to cast on 55 stitches. So for today I'm going to be using the long tail cast on method. It's just my preferred cast on. However, you can use any cast on method you prefer. I do have two tutorials for both the beginner cast on, which is the 2 needle cast on, and the thumb cast on, which is my preferred cast on. So I shall leave those linked in the description box below for you, so you can check those out, and then when you're ready to cast on with your chosen method of cast on, come back, join me in the video and cast on your 55 stitches. Okay, so once you've cast on your 55 stitches, I would just advise just double checking your stitch count just to make sure you definitely have 55 stitches, otherwise the pattern that we're going to be knitting in won't work out. So just go ahead, double check you have got your 55 stitches, and if you're happy, then let's begin row 1. So for row 1, the pattern asks us to knit the first stitch, so we'll go ahead and knit the first stitch of row 1. And then the pattern asks us to purl the next stitch, so go ahead and purl the next stitch. And now the pattern asks us to repeat that pattern of knit 1, purl 1 until we get to the very last stitch. So continue now working in the pattern of knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. So continue working in this way until you get to the very last stitch and join me back here. So I now have 1 stitch left, and the pattern asks us to knit the very last stitch. So go ahead and knit the last stitch of row 1. So moving on to row 2 now, the pattern asks us to purl the first stitch. So we're going to go ahead and purl the first stitch, and now we need to knit the second stitch. And now purl the third stitch. And the pattern for this row is going to be knit 1 followed by a purl 1. So we're going to continue in the pattern of knit 1, purl 1 for the rest of this row. So I'm just coming up to the end of row 2 now, and we should be finishing the pattern with our knit followed by our purl. And that completes row 2. And moving on to row 3 now. Row 3 begins with a purl. So we go ahead and purl the first stitch followed by a knit. So go ahead and knit the next stitch. And for this row, the pattern is purl 1 followed by knit 1. So we continue in that pattern of purl 1, knit 1 until the very last stitch of the row, and then join me back here. So I've just reached the end of row 3 now, and I've just done my knit stitch, and the pattern asks us to purl the very last stitch. So go ahead and purl the last stitch of row 3. And now we're ready to move on to row 4. Row 4 begins with knit 1. So go ahead and knit the very first stitch. And now the pattern asks us to purl the next stitch and knit the next stitch. And we're going to continue in the pattern of purl 1 followed by knit 1 for the rest of this row. So go ahead, purl the next stitch, knit the next. So continue in the pattern of purl 1, knit 1 now until you reach the end of row 4. So I'll just come up to the end of row 4 now, and we should be finishing with a purl followed by our knit, and that completes row 4. Now those 4 rows create our pattern, which is called double moss stitch, and what we're going to be doing is continue to repeat those 4 rows in order until our work measures 28 centimeters, ending with a row 4 of the pattern. So continue now working your double moss stitch, which is repeating rows 1 to 4. So you can rewind the video and repeat those 4 rows, or of course you can download the free written pattern, and the link will be in the description box below. So go ahead, continue working your double moss stitch until your work measures 28 centimeters, remembering to finish with the 4th row of the pattern, and then join me back here. So once we've reached our 28 centimeters, ending with the 4th row, we're now ready to cast off. And to cast off, we're just using a regular cast off. So what we're going to do is knit the first stitch, and we're going to go ahead and knit the second stitch, and we're going to bring this first stitch over the top of the second stitch and off. So that now leaves us with 1 stitch on our right hand needle. So we're going to repeat that. So we're going to knit the next stitch, and we're going to bring this back stitch over the top and off, and that again leaves us with 1 stitch on our right hand needle. So we go ahead, knit the next stitch, and again pick up that back stitch, bring it across the top and off. And we're just going to repeat that process all the way along, keeping our tension nice and even, so not too tight and not too loose. So go ahead now, carry on casting off until you have 1 stitch left. Okay, so I'm just coming up to the last stitch now, so I'm just going to knit the very last stitch, which leaves me with 1 stitch left on the right hand needle. Now if you want to have a little hanging hook on your yarn, I suggest just leaving a slightly longer tail, and then you can pull this end through and then make a loop and just sew that end in, and then you'll have a little hanger for your flannel or dishcloth. So go ahead now, cut the length of yarn that you would like, and then let's pull through that very last stitch. And then we just pull that up and then simply thread the tail through that very last stitch and pull like so. And then all we need to do is loop that over and then just sew this little end in, and that will give you a nice little hanger for your flannel or dishcloth.